Orlando Pirates simply aren't clinical enough.
I think that is a bigger problem because yes, Ndaba make that mistakes, and in football, those kind of mistakes will always be there.
The biggest hindrance to Arsenal now, and I think the only thing stopping them from winning the Premier League, is themselves and the other competitions that they have to commit to.
Yeah, true. Who wants it more? And Sundowns, we've seen in the past, they don't shake usually during this time.
Pirates fans a little nervy, and Arsenal get a march again in the Premier League. This is Black and White Boots. A little nervy. 2 points dropped is 2 points dropped in the PSL right now.
Yeah.
It was neck and neck with Sundowns, literally.
Yeah.
The same number of points. I think the goal difference was 1 goal, 2
Yeah.
goals, something like that.
Yes.
You're going to drop points. You're going to fall behind Sundowns.
Yeah, definitely. And remember what we were talking about the previous episode, that with this stretch that is coming, it's who wants it more. And Sundowns, we've seen in the past, they don't shake usually during this time. And it looks like Pirates are starting to feel the pressure, because they're making silly mistake. The goal that is considered, for me, it was really, really silly. And it goes down to what we even discussed, that, sometimes changing and chopping defense is not really ideal because you disrupt the flow. You got a guy, which is Ndaba, that came on for Orlando Pirates for Otto, who has been stellar in the past games, taking nothing away from Ndaba. He comes in, he makes that one mistake, and then points are dropped because of that one mistake,
Is the bigger issue not what we've been talking about all along? Capitalizing on the opportunities you have. Orlando Pirates simply aren't clinical enough.
I think that is a bigger problem because yes, Ndaba make that mistakes, and in football, those kind of mistakes will always be there. But in front of goal, you have to be clinical. You can't be chasing the league and create almost 20 chances. Maybe I think half of that was on target. And then you only convert 1.
No.
You're going to fall short. Against a team like Mamelodi Sundowns, who take their opportunities, you are definitely going to fall short. And I think that's where Orlando Pirates' problem lies. They are not clinical enough.
Great teams, the hallmark of great teams who win titles, they somehow win the games where they've played badly.
Yeah.
So you play badly, yet somehow you win 1-0.
Yeah.
Right? And the games you play well, you clinical.
You bury them.
Yeah. And the concern for Pirates right now is they're not being clinical enough. And
they're not being clinical enough. And another worry, and I've seen a lot of Orlando Pirates, which I think I also share the very same sentiment. We've got a youngster that is Yanele Mbutuma, who's a preferred number 9 to start. He hasn't scored in I think 3-4 outings. And you've been creating all these chances, he's not been converting. All right. What do? He's a youngster, he's not as experienced. You've got a guy like Mahopa who's you're starting from the bench. Why don't you, when you see that, okay, the youngster is battling to convert those chances, why don't you introduce a guy like Mahopa to see if he's going to make the difference? Because again, we are chasing the league here. We want goals, and then goals are not coming. I would like to think that the only reasonable change that you would make would be to maybe introduce another number 9, but the coach is stuck with his number 9, which is Yanele Mbutuma, and to the fans' frustrations, they started booing him, which I don't condone. But as a coach as well, you also need to protect the youngster. Give him maybe last 15-20 minutes so that he can also regain his confidence. But if you persist on playing him and he's not getting the goals, it's also going to frustrate him. It's going to frustrate the fans, and to come out of that hole, I think it's going to be difficult for the youngster.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it's important to get the goals in the bag in the first half, for example.
Yeah.
In a game that you're going to dominate, if you're going to create chances, let's go into a break 2-3-0 up, and then bring on the young player when the game is flowing easily. While there's no pressure, the confidence is there.
Yeah.
Let him get back amongst the goals, and then maybe starting him games.
Look, I like the kid. He's got quality, Marco. He's got all the attributes of a number 9. He just lacks certain basics, how to position himself, when the cross is coming and all of those things, winning the flick ons, creating opportunities as well when he's got the ball. He does not position himself as well as Mahupa would. But if he is protected well enough and given all those given all those coaching, he will be lethal, I believe. But I think at this point in time, I think the pressure is just too much and the goals are not coming and the fans are going to look at him and say, hey, here's our number 9, goals are not coming. What's next? I think the coach needs to protect him because I think he's quality for the future as well.
Before we look at Sundowns' opportunity to go ahead in the league tonight, Sunday, TS Galaxy, Nelspruit, Orlando Pirates. You have to win it.
It's a must win.
I think TS Galaxy's league form is 5 defeats and a draw, something along those lines, or at least winless in 6, something along those lines. Yeah. TS Galaxy started the season a lot stronger. Of course, they've had their transfer ban. They haven't been able to bring players in, etc., etc. They're not a club with unbelievable amounts of money that they can go and strengthen the squad. They develop players, use those players, move them on. That's the philosophy of TS Galaxy. They're getting tired as the season wears on, clearly. And they've got Nedbank Cup to concentrate on.
Of course,
Surely this is the game to go and get confidence in the legs, get a bunch of goals. Let's be clinical, close this game off and make sure that Sundowns have to, if Sundowns are going to win the league, they must win every game.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
That's what you have to do.
A draw again, you basically just taking that trophy and say, Mamelodi Sundowns,
here you go.
This belongs to you. We have not done enough. That's it. Because anything less than a win for Orlando Pirates, you might just kiss those chances goodbye.
Absolutely.
I don't think they stand any chance if they don't collect maximum points from now until the end of the season.
Tonight, Loftus, Mamelodi Sundowns against Maruma Gallants. Do Sundowns go top of the league tonight?
I think so.
Yeah.
Look,
2 points clear.
Sundowns, during this time of the season, they usually just don't just drop points. I don't know what it is within that team, but also I think it's the culture that has been drilled over the years and the experience that has been there. You don't win it 8 times in a row by a chance. It's because you've got systems in place, and during this time of the season, Sundowns usually does not set a foot wrong. That's when they just go on that winning streak. You remember even the season when Rulan was a coach, I think he just lost 1 game towards the end.
The last game of the season, wasn't it?
Almost went the entire season unbeaten.
Yeah.
And judging by these Sundowns, it looks like they're starting to get to a level where Cardoso wants them.
How important was the 3-0 win against Stade Malone in the context of tonight? Because if that was a tighter game, I think Sundowns have an eye on Friday. And tonight is a bit shaky then.
Yeah.
But you're 3 goals ahead, traveling on Friday. No pressure, easy on the shoulders. You can focus on football tonight and be like, we'll worry about Friday when it comes.
Yeah.
We can focus on tonight, make sure we go top of the league, then just go finish the game on Friday. Let's go finish off the tie Friday, but we'll worry about that. We've got 3 goals in the bag. Let's focus on tonight.
Yeah. Look, I don't think it's a game that Mamelodi Sundowns will look at and worry about the Friday. I think it's going to be a very important game for Mamelodi Sundowns to get back to get back on top rather. And I think it's not a game that it's going to be a problem for Mamelodi Sundowns. We've seen how they've, that 3-0 against Stade Malien, it was a statement of intent. They just showed us that they know how to maximize even when the chips are down, they just know how to come out on top, I didn't give them a chance the previous time against MC Alger, and they went on and proved me wrong. Against Stade Malien, I also didn't think it was just going to be a thumping. I did believe that it's going to be a win, but I didn't think it's going to be 3-0 because it's a side that they haven't really played against. They don't really know much about them. And I thought it was going to maybe 1-0, 2-0, but a 3-0, that game is sealed. Sundowns knows how to win those games. And for me, when I look at all other quarterfinals fixtures, Sundowns are looking like a favorite to go all the way to the final, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, there's a couple Egyptian sides who might still stand in their way all the way there.
Of course, there's still Pyramids and Al Ahly, yeah?
And who obviously have the greatest record. Al Ahly themselves have the best record in CAF Champions League football.
Of course,
Pyramids, defending champions, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, those two.
There's still some... Yeah,
there's still some competition
some
there.
hurdles, yeah.
But in saying
solid,
that,
man.
If William Cardoso wants to be Mamelodi Sundowns manager next season, he must win the Betway Premiership and have a run in CAF Champions League, right? He must be at least semi-finals CAF Champions League and Betway Premiership champion. Yeah. Otherwise, he's getting shown the door.
Definitely.
Absolutely, right? I think we're all in agreement. That's a certainty.
Written on the wall, that one. I think it's that's it. They need that Betway Premiership and at least a good run in CAF Champions League and quarterfinals. I think it's almost sealed. I think it's a matter of him just going to the semis and try to get to the finals.
Absolutely. It's hard for me week in, week out to not speak about Kaizer Chiefs. It's easier this week because things are a little bit better. 1-0 win against Durban City. You have another look at the log, and it's so funny how it's so tight between a few of those teams, like from Durban City up to Sekhukhune, that's like from 3rd place to 6th position. It's quite a tightly packed group there.
But Sekhukhune still has got a few games in hand, eh?
Chiefs has a few games in hand on Sekhukhune.
Oh, okay.
Right, so I have 2 games in hand on Sekhukhune.
Okay.
And there's only 1 point difference between them. So if Kaizer Chiefs are to win one of the 2 games they have in hand on there,
they'll go above.
They'll go above, and they'll be almost like a shoe-in for 3rd position. Since the Soweto Derby, since just before the Soweto Derby, it's been very doom and gloom at Chiefs.
Yeah.
However, when you look at the log, especially if Saturday comes, where we'll see Kaizer Chiefs are playing against Magesi, who are bottom of the table, who are struggling to win matches, struggling to get points. Kaizer Chiefs have a home fixture, in Durban. You know.
Yeah, and of course,
Chiefs.
It's Chiefs. I mean.
They have a home fixture against bottom of the table side, one of their games in hand on Saturday. Win that, and things start to look rosy again in terms of when you look at Chiefs' ambitions at the beginning of this season, in terms of overcoming the rot of a few seasons of Kaizer Chiefs teams really underperforming. I would say, in context of the name, the brand Kaizer Chiefs, 3rd position is underperforming. We know that.
Yeah.
But in the context of recent form and recent success, 3rd place is a successful season.
It's a successful season because, I mean, with 3rd place, you've got another shot in CAF Confederation Cup. And I don't think as the Chiefs want to finish below CAF. You know, I think they still want to participate in, I mean, coming close this season, I think they will still want to participate in this competition next season. And also, let's also remember the fact that Kaizer Chiefs, the previous season, they also did not finish in the top 8. You know, so I think it would have been an improvement. Yes, like you mentioned, it's not good enough for a team like Kaizer Chiefs. But having finished outside top 8 and finishing 3rd, I think it would have been a way better season, you know.
15 points behind Orlando Pirates. Okay, 2 games in hand on Pirates. But 15 points behind Orlando Pirates. As things stand, Chiefs are out of the title
They've
window.
Been long out.
Yeah. I mean, since just before the Derby, maybe the Derby sealed it.
Yeah,
right? The Derby was like, sealed. Hey, know your place. You're not in this picture.
Yeah, no,
right?
Definitely.
And nobody is. I know at the beginning of the season, we were talking about a Sekhukhune, Fairy Tale, etc. There are too many points behind as well.
Yeah.
That's also
They're like Aston Villa.
Right? Yeah, right. It's done. It's out of the picture. This league is between 2 teams and 2 teams only.
Yeah.
Right.
And that could change, provided Pirates, if Pirates do not win their next fixture, I think that has changed, that it changed the complexion completely.
That it says that only one team's going to win the league?
Yeah. Unless they go drop points themselves.
Yeah.
Which is what Pirates is hoping, because again...
Well, Pirates have to hope that Sundowns drop points, because at this point, it's no longer in their hands.
It's no longer in their hands, yeah.
And that's a big problem, because, look, Sundowns do have the distraction of CAF Champions League football.
But they've shown us now that it's not really a distraction. They can manage their own. They can manage their squad well. You know, winning midweek on a Tuesday and going thumping that team 3-0. just goes to show you.
Do it again. If they do it again this week, then you have to look at it and be like,
they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing, and I don't think they will allow anything to come into. They won't allow anything to dwindle their chances.
Speaking of Mulalo Sundowns, Rulani, what's going on with him? What's he doing in North Africa?
Hey, bro. For me, I mean, reports are that he has left MC Alger, all right, for the Libyan side. I forgot the name of the side. And it's the same club that have signed Lodge. Right. And that guy has won the Algerian Super Cup already. And he has also won.
He's top of the league.
He's top of the league, you know. And you leave the club at that stage. What does that say for me? What sort of a legacy are you building if you're going to leave a club halfway or just got away to the end of the season?
Yeah.
What legacy are you building, you know? And also, could it be the fact that, well, he didn't feel supported? Because there were also reports that he didn't get the personnel that he was hoping for, or the personnel that he has put forward, he did not get it. Could those be some of the underlying issues that we're not privy to? But for me, it's like, my guy, you're top of the log. Why don't you just finish off the league and go see what's happening in Libya after you have collected a trophy in Algeria? It shows, for me, it builds credibility, and it's good for his resume.
Yeah. Do you think that Mamelodi Sundowns had their part to play in either his decision to leave or the club's decision to be like, okay, you can go?
You mean MCL?
Yeah, Sundowns kicking out MCL from the CAF Champions League. Do you think that was the thing, is that Rulani's like, well, that's the competition, I'm here to win?
It could be. It could be one of the reasons why the club was also comfortable to let him go, because he has failed to get them to maybe to a respectable place.
Because this club expects to win their domestic titles.
Of course.
They expect it.
Yeah.
So that means that a coach staying is success on the continent. End of story.
Yeah, perhaps, but still, I mean, it's his first season. I think it would be harsh to expect him to go and win the CAF Champions League in his first season. I think if you are presenting a project and part of the project is that you win the CAF Champions League, I think you need to give it at least 2 or 3 seasons.
Speaking of Champions League, let's move on.
Yeah.
UEFA Champions League.
Oof. What a nightmare.
You City fan.
Yeah, bro. Like, I watched that game, I'm like, yo.
Let's start off elsewhere. Let's start off from... I mean, we're talking about the most important game in the round of 16 contextually.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the least important game in the round of 16 contextually. Sporting versus Bodo Glimt. Oh,
Bodo Glimt is like punching above their weight. What is that team, bro?
When last did Bodo Glimt play a competitive game that wasn't Champions League? I think it was November or something, because their league's closed.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, I think so. I really think so. People must be correct me in the comments. But, right, their fixtures are all postponed and stuff. Let me check their match schedule. So, the Norwegian Cup was played on the 5th of March.
Okay.
But their previous fixtures have all been Champions League. February, January. Then they had friendlies in January. And then Dortmund. So their last league game was the 30th of November, 2025.
My goodness.
Other than that, their competitive football has been all Champions League games. And now they beat Molde earlier this month on the 5th of March in the Norwegian Cup. So the next time they return to their own league is on the 6th of April.
Wow.
So their league is closed. And they're performing like this in the Champions League without competitive football. That throws out our whole thing that we've been saying, is that you need to be competing week in, week out for that sharpness. And that's why Premier League sides have been doing so well on the continent, etc., etc. Last season, PSG wrapped up their league season early, weren't competitive in their thing, were able to rest and focus on the Champions League, got them success. Bodo Glimt, not playing competitive football, able to rest, focus on the Champions League, And look at them. They've got one foot in the door for the quarterfinals.
Yeah, we could have a FC Porto story here. Eh?
Oh, we really could. Well, Porto is still Porto. It's a team that's competed in the Champions League before. Bodo Glimt.
Yeah.
I mean, a Norwegian side, to be able to go and do this in the Champions League.
Facing the likes of Manchester City on the way, Inter Milan. It's crazy.
2 fixtures against Inter in the playoff round. They beat Atletico Madrid and Manchester City.
Everybody thought, what's happening with Manchester City when that team beat them? And
they even managed to draw with Dortmund. These are sides. These are good football teams that Bodo Glimt has beaten along the way to get themselves into this position in the Champions League. And listen, you don't get to a quarterfinal of the Champions League without beating good football teams.
Of course.
And let's be honest, Sporting is not a joke of a football team. But yeah, we don't expect them to go on and win the whole tournament. But wow, well done, Bodo Glimt. What a fairy tale.
Yeah, no, what a fairy tale. And it looks like it's not ending anytime soon.
Well, it's not ending this week because now they have to travel to Lisbon. And are Sporting going to turn around the 3-goal deficit in Lisbon?
It's a mountain to climb. We've seen Liverpool doing it.
Sporting are fortunate that there's no away goals rule.
Yeah.
So if this game finishes 4-1, for example, it still goes to extra time. So Sporting have that advantage at least, because even though they didn't score away from home, they don't have that added disadvantage, that half a goal that we speak of with the away goals rule, right?
I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you think it opens up the game?
I think that it just creates more extra time fixtures. And you know me, I don't want that. I don't want footballers playing more minutes. I think they play too many minutes. So that's my only thing with it. Other than that, I don't find it fair or unfair or anything along those lines. I don't think it matters. It's just I'd rather football games finish quicker.
Would you say, do you think KEF should adopt it as well?
Probably, especially with the travel restrictions and things like that. Look, an away goal.
Oh, because in KEF, in this continent, an away goal means everything. Eh?
You've worked hard for an away goal.
Yeah.
So that's another good point. Maybe it should stay.
Yeah.
I think until something happens drastic where we're like, that is unfair, that's when we start to talk about it again. But I think for now, I wouldn't be bothered to change.
Yeah, just let it be.
So, yes, tonight, Sporting versus Bodo Glimt. Sporting to win, Bodo Glimt to go
progress,
through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Probably.
I think so.
Chelsea PSG also tonight. Chelsea chasing a 3-goal deficit as well. Again, away goals don't count. They scored 2 in Paris. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like losing 3-0.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing.
I think PSG will go through.
PSG too strong, hey? This Chelsea side are a good side. Who's going to show up again?
I don't know.
It's the same story.
Same story week in, week out.
However, again, Chelsea this week couldn't take advantage of a fixture and go on and get the points and make sure that they're in Champions League next season. There seems to be too much wrong in that club in general for them to push really hard and overcome such an obstacle. Like, let's not forget the defending champions of this tournament, PSG. So, yeah. Speaking of Chelsea, we will get to some new information that came out yesterday about charges from the FA and impending charges from UEFA that will still come onto Chelsea. But yeah, I think Chelsea's tournament is run, and I don't even feel that confident that they'll win their home fixture against PSG. I'm really not confident that
I'm not confident either.
And that also has implications for potentially for their own prospects of going through in the Champions League next season, because 5th position might not be enough for Champions League football in the Premier League next season, depending on how English teams finish.
Because it's not looking so good for English team right now.
Not great. And that brings us to Manchester City, Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think it's the end of the road for Manchester City.
I think so. Real Madrid were so good.
I mean, Valverde just took that game by the scruff, eh?
And then Vinny Jr. as well. Just, if one doesn't do it, the other does. But Valverde, what a player.
What a player, man.
He's one of those that you don't talk about as much. He's an
unsung hero.
Exactly.
I mean, how many positions that guy play? He plays as a winger. He plays as a 6 sometimes.
How many teams in the world would a player of the quality of Valverde be an unsung hero, though?
Yeah.
There's not many teams in the world. I think Real Madrid's the only team in the world that you can play for that people don't talk about you when you're that good.
But look,
because if he's anywhere else, he's spoken about all the time.
But I mean, to their credit, I mean, he's wearing the arm belt. It shows what kind of
how they value him,
you know, and also what kind of leadership he brings. You know, I mean, for City to lose that game 3-0 when Real Madrid did not have some of the best players, hey man,
yeah, what a team!
What a team!
They're giving debuts to teenagers.
Yeah,
Champions League debuts to teenagers.
It's crazy,
and you still beat Man City 3-0.
Yeah,
unbelievable side, Real Madrid. And in terms of a club and a tournament, there's no better relationship between a club and a tournament than Real Madrid and the Champions League.
I've got a question for you. Would you, if you were Pep, would you start Semenyo or Foden? Because I just felt like it was a passenger in that game.
I feel like
he's a great player, but I think, I would have opted for a player like Phil Foden.
Especially because of his experience.
Yeah.
He's a player who's won the Champions League.
Yeah.
He's been there. I think I agree with you. It's great to have Semenyo. I think he was a good signing.
Yeah.
But he's just joined the club. I think he'll be better suited to Premier League games.
Yeah.
But who might question Pep Guardiola? He's done it all.
Yeah, and he came out to say, I think there was also some critics, and he came out to say that when he does these changes and he gets it right, he's a genius. And when he gets it wrong, everybody just comes
That's part of the game.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
I think he understands that, but I get why he's frustrated. So, Man City out of it. They host again tonight, Real Madrid.
Yeah, I don't see them do. I don't. Look,
worth staying up late and watching still.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a blockbuster. It's worth staying up and watching.
It is, because anything can. You don't want to like switch off from that game and then you wake up in the morning. Oh, it was 3-3. It went to extra time, whatever the case may be. But I think City has got the potential to turn that fixture around. As to how much I would give them, I'll say maybe 40-50%. I don't think it's a. I don't think it's a fixture that it can easily be turned around. But hey, you score in the first 5 minutes, it changes the complexion of the game
completely, and Real Madrid can crumble.
Yeah.
If there's a team in English football, choose any team in English football to turn this fixture around.
At the current moment, yeah, it's a tough one.
Only City, eh?
I think only City.
I don't see Arsenal turning around a 3-goal deficit against the Real Madrid.
City or Liverpool?
Liverpool's the other team that has the potential.
Liverpool at Anfield.
Because Liverpool can turn things around. They've shown us before.
Yeah.
They did it against AC Milan. In 2004
or 5, somewhere there. Yeah, I remember.
So, speaking of Arsenal, Leverkusen. They're bringing Leverkusen back home. They drew that game. I thought they'd win away from home. However, they conceded a corner kick. Surprise. The irony, right? 1-1. Now they're at home. Arsenal go through in the Champions League, surely.
Yeah, surely.
At home against Leverkusen, not a tremendous side. They're at home. That fixture is also tonight. I think Arsenal through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Then they play Carabao Cup against Manchester City. They're 9 points clear in the Premier League as things stand, and they're through in the FA Cup. Fairy tale.
Things are looking good for Arsenal, eh?
Arsenal can go win all 4.
They can go all win 4. But
City's in the way for
City's on the way, and it starts on Saturday.
Starts on Saturday.
Yeah. Is it Sunday or Saturday? I think it's...
I'm going to look it up now.
Yeah, I think... But it's this weekend for sure.
Speaking of teams, English teams not performing that well Newcastle were much better than Barcelona. I will say it like that. Newcastle weren't better than Barcelona. Newcastle were much better than Barcelona,
but they should
last week.
Should win those games. You have
to win when you're better.
When you're better and you're at home.
You have to
when
you're much better.
Yeah.
Because Newcastle were much better than Barcelona. And not because Barcelona were terrible. Whatever, we know Barcelona can be up and down, etc. It's not Pep's Barcelona. This is a new era of Barcelona that's not been consistently great. But Newcastle was so good last week in the Champions League.
Yeah, look, I think, and again, like you mentioned, when you are that good, and you play against a team like Barcelona, when you go face them at their home ground, it's going to be a mountain to climb. You have to capitalize. Stats mean nothing if you don't capitalize.
Right. Absolutely. But stats and performance is two things. But now they have to travel to Barcelona. It's Camp Nou, right? It's reopened. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, Barcelona versus Newcastle tomorrow night. Spurs to be eliminated by Atletico Madrid tomorrow night.
They need to focus on the league.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing. We'll get to their Premier League performance now, which is better. And you have to at least get a point when everyone around you is getting a point.
Yeah.
When you're fighting relegation.
Of course.
But they're gone. Champions League wise, gone. Atletico Madrid is through. Like more so than Real Madrid, Man City. It's one thing to say, Atletico Madrid have a 3-goal deficit. You were saying that Chelsea could possibly turn theirs around. You're saying Man City can turn theirs around. The thing is, Tottenham Hotspur cannot turn around 3 goals. That's not happening. Home or away, who cares? It's not happening.
They might just focus on
how's their home form anyway?
Not any great.
Not great.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Tottenham not only get eliminated but lose this game.
Yeah, most likely. They will most likely going to lose that game. But look, if they win it, even if they don't go through, it will help them gain some confidence.
Maybe a little bit of confidence for the Premier League
for the league form,
survive, because that's important.
Yep.
And it's scary at the moment. We'll touch on that, but it is very scary stuff for Spurs. Liverpool Galatasaray. You were speaking about Anfield. Yeah? It's only 1 goal to turn around.
It's easy for Liverpool to turn around, but Gala also is not an easy team to deal with, eh?
Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, no, that Nigerian boy.
He showed Juventus that when you think that you're gonna kick us out,
we can. They always,
there we go.
Pull
just the last minute.
Head, yeah?
There you go. It's a good side, and when you look at Liverpool's performance on the weekend, not vintage, not great, not a tremendous Anfield.
Conceding a goal like that, that was a poor goal.
And we could be seeing Liverpool in the Conference League next season or out of Europe altogether.
Because the only way, they have to finish top 4
or 5, depending on how English teams perform in Europe.
Or they have to go and win it.
Or they have to win it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it will be interesting, but I'm wary of that Galatasaray because they might just go there, sneak one in, and then the rest is done.
I think a lot of former pro footballers have been talking about Galatasaray as being the hardest away fixture they've ever played because the fans are there in the stadium for an 8 p.m. kickoff. They're there at 3 p.m. singing songs, making a noise, lighting flares.
Bro, I came across this clip. I'm actually going to find it, maybe send it maybe for post-prod.
Right, we'll put it here.
Yeah. Bro, those fans. Yes, bro, when they announced the fans, the starting 11, they just sing their names. It's crazy. Like you'll get goosebumps. I think I support Galatasaray from Turkey.
Let's go. Gala. Yeah, you've been to Istanbul, so.
Yeah, I've been there. It's crazy. And when remember I was looking for tickets and one guy, because obviously I didn't think I would go, but opportunity came and then I asked one guy if I'll get a ticket. It's like, you can go to the stadium, but my guy, don't waste your time. Those tickets get sold out long before the season starts, and it's so difficult to get hold of Galatasaray tickets.
And that's why the volume is the way it is in the stadium. But now they don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
They have to go do it at Anfield, which I think is one of the most intimidating atmospheres in English football. So,
of course,
that Anfield crowd is going to be trying to suck the ball into the goals for their team.
Definitely. It will be interesting.
And then my favorites for the overall tournament, Bayern Munich have a 5-goal advantage against 5. We're laughing as if Atlanta's a terrible football team. Atlanta's a good side.
Yeah.
This is the round of 16 of the Champions League. This isn't group stages. This isn't qualifiers. This isn't anything like. This is the round of 16. And away from home, they've gone and traveled to Italy. They've gone literally into the home of Atlanta in Bergamo, in the north of Italy, and given them 6.
It's crazy.
I mean, how good?
How good is Company though as a manager?
Not as good as Michael Olise is a player, I'll tell you that.
Now, Olise is having a great time there. Olise, Kane, I think that just...
What a team.
That team is just oiled, man.
Yeah, well done. Look, I shouldn't be critical of Company. I think he's got a great side there. But the results are speaking for themselves.
Definitely.
He must be doing a good job.
He must be, because, look, I mean, prior to him getting the job, Tuchel was battling. I mean, they didn't win the league that season. And then he came on and restored the pride of Bayern Munich and win the league in a manner in which he did. I think he's a good manager. I think a lot of people doubted him because of what happened with Burnley when he got relegated with them. But I think Bayern understood what sort of a manager they needed, and he just fit the profile, and the results are showing.
Yeah, Scott Parker's not doing much better with Burnley right now anyway.
It's not an easy side to manage.
Burnley don't have enough money to survive the Premier League. That's
exactly. There's not enough budget. Yeah. You probably even, if you're a good, I think many good managers are probably going to fall short if they were to coach Burnley.
Yeah, I think that Sean Dyche had that team overperforming for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think that the only reason Burnley were in the Premier League as long as they were was because of Sean Dyche.
Yeah, Sean Dyche, I think, is a good manager. I think he knows how to stabilize teams. And I heard he rejected a certain offer from a certain team. Did you?
I heard Spurs were in, but I don't think that's true.
It's like, hey,
man. Come on.
I'm good here. Look, he's coaching Everton. Everton is a good side.
He's not at Everton anymore. He's out of a job. David Moyes is at Everton.
Yeah, sorry.
He's out of a job. He was at Everton.
He was at...
then he went to Forest and then he was
out of the job, yeah.
Yeah, so now he's currently on holiday.
Yeah.
Speaking in his deep voice. So, yeah, Sean Dyche, hey.
Well, man, why wouldn't you take that job though?
Because you're going to take the Spurs job. Be the manager who got Spurs relegated.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
I'd
rather stay 3 months without a salary.
I agree. He's still got a salary. I think he's on gardening leave from Forest. I think they're still paying him. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, who cares?
Yeah.
I won't be. I don't want to have.
We talked about him. Yeah.
I don't want to have. It's one thing to say, okay, I'll go join West Ham or Forest or Burnley and get relegated. Okay, but to be the man in the position when Spurs go down, a big six club. Yeah. Let's not forget, there's a big six in England, and Spurs is one of them.
Yeah, true.
To be the manager of a club, a big six club that goes down, you don't want to be that guy.
No, of course.
And I think that they made a big mistake with Thomas Frank going, or they should have got rid of Thomas Frank earlier.
Yeah.
And now it's scary.
Now anything can happen now.
Yeah. Speaking of Premier League, let's have a look at the table quickly and what that means for Spurs. Their draw at Anfield means that they're a point ahead of Forest and West Ham, who are in the relegation zone. They are 10 points clear of Burnley, who I think are gone because there's 8 games left in the season. Burnley need to make up at least 9 to survive. 8 games left. You have to make up 9. That means you have to win at least 6. Let's say 6 of 8 for a side in their position.
Nah,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
The players have already adjusted even their minds, I think.
Yeah, the championship, Wolves seem to have just woken up late.
Yeah.
Because they started getting their points now at the end, like when it's
I just hope
late.
if they do get relegated, that momentum filters down to Champions League and they can come back up.
Well, Wolves are relegated. So that's they're going to take
It's West Ham that I don't want to go. I don't want gone.
Well, we know who you want gone, Forest.
Yeah, Forest can go. And for the same reason that I complain about when they fight Sean Dyche, remember?
Well, I agree.
Even Nuno. I mean, it was unfair.
There's a line of managers that Forest should have never gotten rid of, and Nuno's, I think, the biggest one because of how successful they were last season.
Yeah.
And the thing about Forest is if you look at every team from 11 down and you were to pick the starting lineup from those teams and say, who's got the best side? I think maybe Crystal Palace has a word there, but other than that, Forest have the best side. And if Forest go down, you best believe those players are all gone.
Yeah.
They aren't going to be able to keep them. Because
Gibbs will want to go.
Morgan Gibbs, White, you've got,
there's quite a few.
There's quite
a few quality players in that side.
If you look at Anderson, right? He's one who's everyone wants. Gibbs White, Hudson-Odoi. There's players in this.
Is he not on loan? Hudson-Odoi. I think he's on loan from Chelsea, eh?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a good side in terms of playing staff. They shouldn't get relegated, but they, I imagine they might.
Yeah.
Because West Ham,
as long as not Leeds, yeah.
West Ham are in the best form of all of those teams around them, where they've got in their last 5 games, they've got themselves 6 points.
Okay,
not bad from 5 games.
Yeah.
Whereas Forest have 3 points in their last 5 games, Spurs have 1 point in their last 5 games, Leeds have 3 points in the last 5 games. So that is really the relegation battle. But Leeds are in the fortunate position of being 2 points clear of Spurs at least. So it gives them a little bit of a buffer.
Breather, yeah.
And I think Crystal Palace are well and away. I think Palace are 10 points clear of West Ham and Forest. Palace are fine.
Yeah.
Which is surprising to be talking about Palace in this way after how good they've been, and they've won. They won the Community Shield at the beginning of the season, right? So, or Community Cup or Charity Shield or whatever.
Against Liverpool.
So Crystal Palace, they holders of the FA Cup, happy to see them not go down.
Of course.
Let's see how next season goes when they have to change their managerial staff, etc. But I think that they have a good football team, and I think that Forest have a good football team. The rest of that bottom section there, I think that some of those players are championship players and they're not Premier League players. But anyway, Premier League action this weekend that's just passed. How good is Bruno Fernandes?
Look, it's continuing, and we've talked about Bruno Fernandes. A lot. 100th assist, eh?
100 assists for Manchester United in the Premier League, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. He's chasing Phil Foden and what's his name record. I think is phenomenal for Manchester United. I wonder if he was not there at United, where they would be. Because a lot of people,
they would have been relegated last season probably already.
Yeah. I do see some of United fans who really don't rate Bruno in that regard. But I think he's one of the best players that stood out even when things were really not going well for Manchester United.
I think that the only thing keeping Bruno Fernandes' name off the lips of Manchester United fans for one of the greatest players to ever play for the club, like a great Man United player, is that he's been in underperforming Manchester United sides
for the longest time, yeah.
And then second of all is just how good and successful other players have been for Manchester United.
Yeah, of course.
But Bruno Fernandes, and whatever, clip me on this, I don't care. Bruno Fernandes is probably as good as a lot of those great players, as David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, whatever. And Man United fans are going to slate me on this. I'm a Man United fan. Bruno Fernandes is as good as those players. As good for Manchester United as those players. It's just he was in a much worse team.
Than if he was in that era.
If he was in the Ferguson team,
he would have flourished.
He'd be spoken about in the same way as a Paul Scholes or a Ryan Giggs or a David Beckham or one of those great Man United players.
I fully agree with it.
I think he's a great player. He's on 16 assists this season.
Imagine that, eh?
The record is Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne shared 20 assists in a single Premier League season. The way he's giving 2-3 assists a game, Bruno Fernandes, he should have been on 17 last night if Šeško didn't waste one of the opportunities that he gave him. And he has 8 games for 4 more assists to equal the record for most assists in a single Premier League season. I get the feeling he's going to break it. I feel like he's going to get 21. Like under this Carrick side, who seem to at least want to score more goals than Amorim's side.
Yeah, they're creating a lot of chances as well. Yeah.
He creates so many chances. And I think that if he does break De Bruyne and Henry's record, I think that when you go analyze those numbers afterwards and you say, it should have been more. Because Henry and De Bruyne had great players around them to finish off the opportunities that they made.
Of course,
think that Bruno Fernandes
was assisting. De Bruyne was assisting
Aguero at the time. I think, yeah.
At the time, So.
Yeah, Henry was assisting. Take your pick from those Arsenal sides. Everyone was scoring.
Yeah,
So, it's impressive, and I think Bruno Fernandes must be commended. And I think he's got to be on the lips of the discussion of player of the season in the Premier League, although that award normally goes to a team that wins the title.
Of course, but he has to be there.
He has to be there. And I think that if you're honest with yourself and you're like Declan Rice, because I think Declan Rice will win it, player of the season. When Arsenal win the league, because we think they're going to.
I think they are, yeah.
Then you're going to be like, oh, an Arsenal player has to win player of the season. Declan Rice. He's the only one really in that side that you think.
Gyökeres is doing well, but I think he charged up late.
There's no way. Yeah, there's no way Gyökeres is going to be Premier League player of the season.
No.
You know, you're a striker. You should score more goals than that, you know. The only other players that I look at is maybe like a Gabriel or William Saliba.
Yeah.
But like it's difficult difficult to give a centre-back player of the season.
He was out for a while as well.
Who's the last centre-back to win a Premier League player of the season? I would love to AI it, but I think it was Nemanja Vidic. I think that's the last defender to win a player of the season, you know. So, hey, one of the guys is going to AI it for me now. The last defender to win a Premier League player of the season.
Yeah, no, educate us there with AI, guys.
Yeah. So, that will be interesting. And I think Bruno Fernandes, if Manchester United are to finish third or second, because this weekend was big. They beat Aston Villa.
Yeah.
It was a huge weekend. Look, there's two teams that win big this weekend. Arsenal. Ruben Diaz is the last player of the season.
Ruben Diaz? No, it can't be.
2020-21 league winning campaign.
Okay, most probably.
Wow. We forgot. It was COVID time. We forgot. Okay. Yeah, no. Ruben Diaz is the last defender to win the Premier League. Hey, well. But yeah, okay. Other than William Saliba and, I mean, David Raya, you can't give him, you know. But other than them, look, overall, Arsenal's team has been very good.
Yeah, Arsenal
they've played well.
Solid.
They probably deserve to win the Premier League. But if I'm looking at it, okay, I'm biased. I'm a Man United fan. If you're like, Declan Rice, player of the season, or Bruno Fernandes, player of the season, vote. I'm going to vote Bruno Fernandes. Well done, Arsenal. You're the best team. Yeah. You won the league. But the best player this season in the Premier League, probably Bruno Fernandes.
It would be interesting the stats between the two, hey? Actually, because I think obviously...
Chances created.
It's Bruno. But also they don't play the similar position, so it's also really unfair to compare them.
They did most of the season, but now Bruno's obviously playing further forward than Dex.
Oh yeah, there was a time.
Amarin, he played deep for Amarin for a lot of the season. He created a lot of opportunities from then as well.
Yeah, so, look.
And also Declan Rice, a lot of the opportunities he creates, he's also set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks. Bruno Fernandes the same.
Yeah, there's a case to be made.
There's a case to be made. And for me, if you ask me, okay, I can't put my biases aside. I know that I am biased. But if I look at the performances and what you've done for your team, because I don't doubt that Declan Rice, I think he's been the best performer in the Arsenal team. And he's a great player and he was a great signing for Arsenal. He's done a good job. At the end of the season, when you look at Bruno Fernandes' contribution to his team and Dex's contribution to his team, I think Bruno Fernandes is player of the season for the Premier League.
Yeah, I know. Interesting. But like you said, I mean, the award always goes to
someone who's won the league. Yeah, almost always. Other fixtures, Arsenal beating Everton. That's a big result. And it came at the very end. And boy, oh boy, this young man, Max Dowman, has been on our lips a little bit, but not like over the top talking about him.
Yeah.
He's a teenager. He's helping a Arsenal side win the Premier League.
Yeah.
You're a teenager.
That goal as well, eh?
Unbelievable. No, he's a talent. Yeah. He's an unbelievable talent.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he's going to be like a Phil Foden where it's like, you look at a teenager and you're like, how's a teenager going to get into this side, quality side? And Phil Foden did it. Yeah. And I think Max Dowman might be the next one where it's like, so too. Who do you take out of a Premier League winning team? Well, it doesn't matter because Max Dowman's going to be better.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to happen whether it's next season or the following season. Yeah. Max Dowman's going to take someone's place from a Premier League winning side because he's that good.
No, he's brilliant. He's brilliant.
And them beating Everton at home means that they now sit a whopping 9 points ahead of Manchester City, who have a game in hand. But we always say, game in hand doesn't mean 3 points. You have to still go get those 3 points for it to mean 3 points.
Yeah.
But even if or when City get those 3 points, it's still 2 full wins between them and Arsenal. 2 full wins.
Well, the advantage is that
they play each other.
They play each other. So you win that.
You have to win that.
Yeah, if you win that, you reduce the gap to 3, and
and then anything can happen.
Anything can happen. But then again, there's an interesting stat that the last time a Premier League team won the league when they were 9 points behind the log leaders was Manchester City.
Slippery when wet.
Yeah.
Steven Gerrard.
Yeah. So anything can happen. The Premier League, the beauty about the Premier League is that it's unpredictable. And I think that's why we enjoy it.
That's true. But if we look at some numbers here quickly, in context of Arsenal's season, there's 7 games left.
Yeah.
So if we're going to call it a 6-point difference, because that's what we have to call it, right, as things stand. With 7 games left, that is 21 points total. 6 points gap. That means that 16 points wins you the league.
Yeah.
Right? No matter what. 16 points wins you the league. To get 16 points from the 7 games, that means that you only have to win 5 and draw 1 from 7.
Wow.
To guarantee.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's the biggest hindrance to Arsenal now, and I think the only thing stopping them from winning the Premier League is themselves and the other competitions that they have to commit to.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's look. And also, I mean, City's fixtures, they're quite tricky, the upcoming fixtures for Manchester City.
Yeah, City don't have an easy run in. However, they're probably out of the Champions League, so they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But their next match is against Chelsea away from home. It's not guaranteed points, that for sure.
No, definitely not.
Look, there's no guaranteed points in the Premier League.
No, there's no such thing as a guaranteed point.
This league, you're going to go drop points at Wolves like Arsenal learned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to happen. And if you look at it, it's obviously Man City and Arsenal don't play this weekend because those fixtures, they are playing in the Carabao Cup on Sunday.
Yeah.
Whoever wins that, it gives them a boost for the title run-in, of course. How important is it now with the context of the Champions League probably being over tonight? With the context of being 9 points behind in the Premier League? With the context of how much there is still to do in the FA Cup? How important is Sunday for City?
Yeah, just get 1 cup under your belt.
At least. Because
And
that's
see
the
what
expectation on
Yeah.
City.
You can't go the entire season without anything.
Especially having pushed so hard, because it's going to be mean that you're going to finish second in the Carabao Cup, the League Cup, probably enough back at Wembley for FA Cup, and second in the Premier League. You don't want to be that close and get nothing.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think that fixture is very important for Manchester City, and I think it's gonna be a fixture to watch. But again, Arsenal also, if they win it, cheapest, that quadruple talk, just like it's gonna be like turbocharged, bro. Like,
I'm gonna have to switch off my phone.
Because of my friend.
Arsenal fans. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Look, I mean,
how realistic is it? The quadruple.
With the way things are.
I don't think it happens in the modern game.
Yeah, but with the way things, Arsenal's are just like unbeatable.
What's the biggest thing stopping Arsenal from winning a quadruple? Bayern Munich? And
I don't think Manchester City it's one, but you never know.
FA Cup?
You never know.
Look, Arsenal will be delighted. Arsenal fans will be delighted with a Carabao Cup and a Premier League. Go home happy.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
But if that Champions League is there to be got.
Yeah. Look, anything above, anything above those two, I think it's going to be a stellar visit. Even if they just get a treble.
Even if they just win the Premier League.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, or domestic treble. Yeah. Yeah, even the Premier League. I mean, if you look at the last
domestic treble will be big.
Yeah. So I think they're in a very good position, Arsenal.
I think Arsenal are in a very good position, especially for a domestic treble. I think Champions League, it's just the matter of Bayern Munich in the way.
Yeah.
Probably in the final, probably Arsenal Bayern Munich final.
Yeah.
But sure. Well done, Arsenal. 9 points clear, Premier League. They've got Carabao Cup this weekend, which means Manchester City can't get any closer to them either this weekend. City still have to wait for an opportunity to play Crystal Palace, who are still playing their European fixtures, and that's why they haven't been able to play that fixture in hand. So Manchester City are going to be a game behind everyone in the league, and so are Crystal Palace. Which for Crystal Palace, like we said, they're not really in any danger of relegation, so it doesn't mean that much. But that catch-up fixture is still to be played, and I think less interesting running in the Premier League than in the PSL this year. We normally look at the Premier League running and we're like, oh, this is intense.
It's not as intense.
Last season it was a very boring one because it was wrapped up very early, but this season it looks like another boring one maybe.
Especially with City now 9 points behind, and if they go and not perform against Chelsea,
then it's really
it's really gone.
Then it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, but Arsenal are cruising nicely.
Speaking of Chelsea, just a quick one. They have been fined by the FA £10.75 million for financial irregularities. Of course, the current ownership reported their own financial, so they self-reported and they went to the league and said, hey, the guys who own this football club before us, this is the stuff they were doing. We wanted to show you. So they've had a very lenient fine of £10.75 million, and they've had a 1-year ban of transfers, which has been suspended for 2 years, which means that they can still make transfers for the next 2 years. And if they do anything wrong, then that 1-year ban will be upheld. And then they'll have an extra ban on top of that. So it's a suspended sentence. It's like, hey, behave yourselves. And I think the only reason they got that lenient ban is because they self-reported. And they said, hey, but also this is what we found.
I also think like the FA, they don't want to punish the big boys. I think they're scared to punish the big boys.
I think they are. I think you're right.
No, let's see. Let's see what happens with Manchester City.
Self-reporting is a big deal. I think any court is going to look at you favorably when you're like, listen, this is what happened. It was under the previous ownership. We want to show you what happened.
It's still crime that was committed in a way.
It's true, but it's like the new guys come in, they show you what's happening. They've been punished.
Was it fair for the other teams? It's not.
I don't think it's fair for, like, you look at the likes of Forest and Everton and some of those teams who got punished badly. Leicester, who are getting punished.
As a result, where are they now?
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that, it's not fair. But in saying that, is those owners were the ones who got caught for doing the bad financial deals. Whereas with Chelsea, it's like, this is what Roman Abramovich was doing, and he's now gone.
Morally, like, I think,
So it's a bit of a 50-50, a bit hard to say who's right, who's wrong. They deserve a little bit of leniency. This might be too lenient. But anyway, all the best to Chelsea.
Just one transfer ban. At least one.
Just one window, just the summer.
You don't sign in the summer.
You're not allowed to sign in the summer.
Yeah, but anyway.
Not that they should be allowed to sign anyone anyway. They've bought, the squad's too big.
It's too big. Yeah.
Lali, thank you so much, brother.
Danko, man.
I'm Marco Martins.
I'm Musuphi.
And this is Black and White Boots. Danko.
Danko means thank you.